Hey everyone, JagTagger93 here with another Doom Wad. This one is from July 2018 by Duke Nukem Forever, and it is called The Human Hive. The reading file states the backstory as, another invasion of the hellspawn had some nasty surprises. The demons of hell brought a flesh-like substance which quickly started corrupting a nearby city. Last week, a squad of Marines was sent to investigate the area and destroy the source of the infection. Unfortunately, the contact went down 5 days later. You have been tasked to destroy the source of the substance, or at least get out alive to tell everything to the government. And that's it. If you want to read it for yourself, it's in the description. And reading that description and seeing the title, The Human Hive, I was really psyched. I was hoping for a map that was filled with zombie soldiers. I always enjoy a good wad that makes the most out of the pistol dudes, shotgunners, and chain gunners, and through clever design makes them more than just fodder. Unfortunately, that's not what this map is about at all. It's mostly non-zombie monsters, with most of the zombies being confined to the very end. And yes, they are treated as fodder primarily. The enemy progression is actually very odd and random. You encounter 3 mancubi at the very start, a cyber demon about halfway through, and a bunch of other assorted enemies here and there. You're also not given nearly enough ammunition to dispatch enemies as they appear. This is particularly frustrating on Ultraviolence with all the pain elementals. Also, this map has some very questionable item placement as well. The short ammunition can be remedied if the zombies were spread out throughout the map, and these zombies would be dropping much needed ammunition for the player. And that would also be in keeping with the map's advertised theme of a ruined city by some sort of flesh zombie plague. Unfortunately, no, that's again not the case. Hell, I couldn't find a single health pickup outside of a bonus vials here and there, and a berserk pack at the very start of the map. Even on Hurt Me Plenty. This map is pretty big, and the author did a commendable job of presenting a small city environment, complete with small buildings and a boat. Unfortunately, it's very likely that most players will complete this map without having fully explored it. Exploration is also not really recommended due to, again, the limited ammunition, health, and armor. Being in survival mode while I was playing, I was often sprinting from encounter to encounter, using ammo very sparingly, instead of wandering and sightseeing. Also, this map is hurt by the lack of secrets. Now, as we know, secrets are a great thing. For the player, they give a sense of exploration and an incentive to do so. And for the map builder, secrets can be a great way of building upon the progression of the map and rewarding player exploration, rewarding the player that takes the time to really appreciate the design that went into the map. Unfortunately, there's none that are marked here. And that's a shame, because having some secrets would give that incentive to the player to go sightseeing and wander and look around as you're running and gunning. Now lastly, the starting area it's kind of stupid. Sure, having to fend off 3 mancubi with a shotgun, a berserk pack, and a pistol is a challenging encounter, but this area feels very out of place with the rest of the map. After defeating the 3 hefty demons, you come to 3 teleporters, 2 of which are instant death traps, which really feels cheap. However, the 3rd portal leads the player to really my favorite spot in the map, a pitch black tunnel that, as you advance, immediately illuminates, revealing a tunnel of blood, guts, and gore. The blood and guts theme is consistently carried out in the map, which really helps convey the theme of a city that's been obliterated by hellspawn, and now the streets are lined with the guts and gore of its former denizens. Overall, this map has some really neat ideas. However, it's hampered by some haphazard enemy placement, questionable item placement, no marked secrets, and a really unnecessary amount of portals and unnecessary emphasis on using them to get around. Also, the initial encounter with the 3 mancubi at the beginning seems very out of place. It's something I would expect to see in the author's other July 2018 map, Trap House, which is actually a pretty fun map. I'm playing that now. And this early encounter, as we see it here, is not something you'd expect with an urban setting. If the map started in that pitch black tunnel and then you advanced to a cityscape full of blood, guts, and gore, and zombies, I think that would be much more of a fitting opening to this map. Now, this map is hardly impossible, even on Ultraviolence. Actually, in Ultraviolence, you're given a chainsaw very early on, and with careful use, you can dispatch a lot of the easier enemies like the Pinky and the Imps very quickly while you save up ammunition. And that ammo helps a lot with dispatching the pain elementals you come to later on in the map. You also get a rocket launcher pretty early on, and that helps a lot with taking out the Revenants. Now, The enemy placement is pretty good, just the enemy progression is a bit wonky. Again, having the Cyber Demon appear kind of sort of in the middle of the map seems a bit odd. The map is very anticlimactic as well. I just stumbled into the exit. And for all those reasons that I mentioned, plus those, this map gets a 6 out of 10 for me. That is 6 health bonuses, and I'll throw in 1 extra Berserk pack. That 1 Berserk pack being that one that you get on, I believe, yeah, Hurt Me Plenty mode in the beginning instead of the chainsaw, I think, if I remember this map correctly. Alright, and that is it. Thank you all for watching. A link to play this WOD is in the description as always, and this is JagTagger93 signing out. Have a good one.